I hope you've had a good start to the day, but we're here to make it even better for you by bringing you the top stories from the world of sports that you need to know at the moment. So, without wasting any time, allow me to begin and tell you what is it that you really need to know as we start this day. I have, as always, a copy of the Hindustan Times since I'm doing today's morning wrap from home and not from office. So I will be telling you some of the stories that I see in the paper today and some of the stories that I have managed to pick from the internet. But first things first, I must tell you guys to go ahead and watch the exclusive chat that we managed to have with Dinesh Karthik, because there are a few newsy points from there that will really interest you. Of that, of course, was a chat that happened at the India Today conclave, the South edition of it. Rajdeep Sardesai, my colleague, was doing that interview, and in that interview, there's an interesting story that Dinesh Karthik narrated as to how is it that Dhoni was spotted by the Indian team and how is it that he managed to get heads rolling. Let me just tell that story to you, and of course you can go ahead and watch the entire interview. It's up on Sports Day. But before that, because I do see there being interest in the title that we've gone ahead with, let me first address that and then I'll tell you the Dinesh Karthik story. Rohit Sharma, that visual is up on Sports Day. If not, it will be up very, very soon. Rohit Sharma was seen at the Kokilaben Hospital yesterday in Mumbai, and that has resulted in a lot of worry. That's resulted in a lot of concern among some fans. If the Indian ODI captain is doing fine, what we can tell you is the fact that we've not heard anything from Rohit yet. There seems to be no statement that he's put out or somebody from his team. He did clear the test a couple of, just about a week back in Bengaluru, if you remember. He was there. So, fitness wise, I think he's doing fine. It could just be a regular checkup. Let's not get too speculative about it. But in case we manage to get some sort of an update, we will definitely tell you. Now, coming back to the Dinesh Karthik story that I was telling you, he says that he didn't see a lot of Mahendra Singh Dhoni during the Kenya versus India A matches. But he said the one thing that happened on that tour was that there was a lot of chatter about Mahendra Singh Dhoni for the sixes that he would hit. And many people compared him with Gary Sobers, who also had the reputation of hitting long sixes, big sixes. So he says that once the Indian team was told by Rahul Dravid that he needs to take care of his body, he needs to put greater emphasis and attention to his batting, and wicket keeping is taking a toll on his body. That's when the Indian team went around looking for somebody who could keep the wickets and bat as well, and that's where Mahendra Singh Dhoni's name came up because of the buzz that was created for the sixes that he would hit. Of course, MS Dhoni, as we later went ahead and saw as well, did seize all those opportunities and ended making not just a name for himself, but also ended up becoming the Indian captain as well. But moving forward, there is an interview that the Hindustan Times did with Craig Fulton, who is the hockey coach, getting a lot of appreciation at the moment, rightly so as well, after India ended their 8-year wait for an Asia Cup title, which of course they won in Rajgir. And Craig Fulton says that the job's not done yet. The focus now is to build greater depth for this side. Remember, there is the Asian Games next year. There is the World Cup also. India haven't won the World Cup since a long, long time now. So he says putting focus on the Asian Games will also be the key, because that will act as a pathway for the LA Games in 2028. So that's what he said in this interview. A quick trivia for you that I managed to pick up as well, since it's the start of the Asia Cup. Today, of course, is the curtain raiser. India, however, will be playing tomorrow, as you know, against the UAE. But a quick trivia, because we've been putting out those images and we've been seeing those images of the Indian team training as well. There's a lot of conversation happening about a certain watch that Hardik Pandya has been wearing. I'm not good with brands, so I don't know what brand it is, but it is indeed an expensive brand. So that particular watch costs a whopping 20 crore rupees. But that's not the trivia. The trivia here is that the winner of the Asia Cup will be getting only, in comparison, I can use the word paltry, sum of rupees 2.6 crore. That's the big divide. The watch is more expensive, tenfold almost, than the prize money for the Asia Cup. So yeah, this it's just modern cricket these days. This is just luxury for you, and that's what it comes with. Uh, yes, and there is one more news that I must share with you, which is Dr. Pardiwala. He's a very senior uh, doctor here in India. He works in Mumbai. And Dr. Dinshaw Pardiwala was also somebody you would remember, who was part of the Indian contingent at the Olympics as well. However, why I want to talk about him is because Dr. Pardiwala has also operated Jasprit Bumrah in the past, and he says that given his body, since there was a lot of conversation about Bumrah just playing 3 matches in England and not playing the entire series or being very selective, there was a lot of conversation about Jasprit Bumrah's workload. He said, listen, you need to take Jasprit Bumrah's body very seriously, and workload management is the only way that you can go ahead and optimize the time that Jasprit Bumrah can give to the Indian team. That's what fast bowling comes with. There's a hip rotation that's needed, there's shoulder movement that needed, you need a strong back as well. So those were some of the things that he mentioned in that particular interview. Of course, it's a little old now, but since it's made it to the papers, we did that stream for you yesterday as well. India sealing a third place finish in the CAFA Nations Cup, and looking very good now under Khalid Jamil, a team that's gaining confidence. A quick update from the World Championships as well, the wrestling championships, beg your pardon, the boxing championships that are going on. Jasmine has reached the last 8 at the in the World Championships. However, two Indian boxers in Sanamcha and Sakshi, they have now bowed out of the tournament. So she remains as one of India's challengers. What I do also see in the paper today is India being called the favorites for the Asia Cup. That's what Hindustan Times have said, and that's what something we have said as well in our preview and build-up shows to the Asia Cup. As far as let me tell you this one, as far as football goes, I've got two news pieces to share with you. Manchester City and the Premier League have ended their dispute. There was a legal challenge which was started by the club over the competition's new rules governing sponsorship deals. However, both parties have now decided to terminate that. Also, there is news coming from the AIFF, which has now decided on a 16-team Super Cup, which will start from the 25th of October, and there will be 3 teams of the I League that will also be taking part. And before I leave, I must also tell you, as far as the World Archery Championships are concerned, Indians have bowed out in the quarterfinals. So not a good end over there in the archery championships there for India. So that's it, guys. Those are some of the stories that I felt deserved your attention. We will of course be doing in-depth stories as well from some of these stories. So stick along, be with us, subscribe to Sports Day if you haven't already joined our network, and follow us on other platforms as well. Besides YouTube, you will find us on all other major social media platforms. So be it Instagram, be it Facebook, we're there on all these platforms as well. And yeah, it's start of the Asia Cup. We will be bringing you some other stories as well from the Asia Cup as we preview to India's match as well. India will be taking on the UAE tomorrow, as we all know. So have a good day, guys, and take good care of yourselves.